Hello, I'd like to invite you to embark on this transformational workshop as you journey to become an ancestral medium. Are you ready to learn how to speak to the ancestors in a sacred way? Would you like to learn how to receive wisdom and teachings from your spirit team of elders? Join me as we learn how to set up ancestral communication. We also visit the ancestral hub of interconnectivity. We learn how to set up the Dreamer's Lodge among the soul family members. Also ancestral medium revocation soul surgery. We also connect to the grandmothers and grandfather collectives, plus many more ancestral teachings and techniques for you to connect to your guides and guardians. Join me on the 22nd of September, 5 p.m. till 9 p.m. UK time, 12 p.m. till 4 p.m. East, as we journey to meet the ancestors. I look forward to seeing you on this journey, and to book, visit daletobin.com, and there's a contact form on there for you to book on. Thank you, and see you soon. Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's Talking Stick Show. So I have with me this week, we have Amy Kruzic. The rest of the team are away. Hello, Amy.
Hello, Dale.
Hello. How are you doing?
Yeah, doing okay.
Good. And what's new in your world, Amy?
Well, we were just talking about how time is flying by.
Yes.
Time is speeding up, so that's what's been happening.
So what are things coming up for you then, Amy, with the UCM and everything going on there?
Yeah, there just a lot of there might be some AI tools David might be bringing out, some new ones. That's exciting. Some apps that he's working on, and I'm helping him with the interface of that. Yeah, as far as that, classes may be coming up in the fall. We haven't decided which one to do yet, either Cognitive Behavior or Yoga Alliance that's certified. So we're just kind of working behind the scenes.
Good.
Yeah. How about you?
Yeah, things are going really well. So we're looking on getting something set up here, physical, like a clinic. So that's kind of going into manifestation at the moment. As well as I've got my medicine journey coming up in a few weeks' time. So I'm just preparing myself spiritually, mentally, allowing myself to kind of learn silence, because that's something I've been really practicing lately, is going into silence with a smile, because I've been doing so much and so much journeying, so much doing this, doing that. Last few weeks for me has all been about, and I spoke to Andrew about this for a conversation, and talked about the importance of silence and smiling, and being able to go into a space where you're in the flow of your body, you're grounded in the body, and you are allowing yourself to smile and just go into that unique state of nothingness. And with that nothingness, everything can exist. There's potentials of everything. And as I went into this space under the light, as I was smiling, I went into these different bear hibernation caves. And it gave me so much inspiration to do guided meditations, to expand the Bear Lodge teachings into the hibernation state coming into winter time as well. So as I thought I had it all, not all figured out, but there was a lot of understanding of the lodge and the introspection and so on. But the hibernation is a complete different way of being able to go into the deep dream space yourself, being able to go into from the land of the forgotten into the remembering, and having your own rejuvenation place. Like my children, as well, as I've gone through a divorce, I have realms with them in hibernation, like caves. So I go visit them in the astral realm, dream space in these caves. So it's allowed me to have a bigger understanding of being in the present moment. And I feel everyone at the moment, times, like you say, Amy, is speeding up, and how we allow ourselves to slow down. And this is something I have had my problems with in the past, moving too fast, making decisions too fast, figuring out timelines which were wrong, false synchronicities. Anything you want to add to that, Amy?
Yeah, no, I love that. And dream time, it is almost as if I'm resolving things here in the physical world in my dream time. Like, let's say maybe issues with a family member or something. It's happening in the dream time.
Yes.
Isn't that interesting? It's like I've never because it's like, wow, I don't need to do anything with that. It's like, just let it be.
That's it, Amy. And letting it be is stepping in and being in your power at the same time. A lot of people have an obsessive energy about, and I've fallen guilty to this in the past, and it still affects me now, but it's like the obsessiveness of spirituality and obsessing about doing something, having to get somewhere to be at a level you want to get to, is all false. It's about simply just, like you say, being in the present moment and mastering the art of being in silence. And I'd say, what's the word I'm trying to say? It's like you're spectating yourself, seeing the world in neutral perspective, but you're not allowing yourself to embroil into karma. Because I've embroiled into karma over my past relationships and lifetime, and it's like I'm seeing these people who are coming into my life, and I just smell that there's a sense that they're just trying to employ in karma into me. They're trying to take me off the path of where I'm meant to go. And we have such an incredible team around us now, like Amy, Andrew, Laura, everyone on the team, Joel, everyone. It's just, we feel like it's David, everyone. It just feels like we're part of a team now I can trust, and we always want each other to grow. So this is a message for those listening. Are you actually experiencing the now moment? Can you go into a now moment with a smile and create within yourself just a peace? That's all you need to be, is in peace when you're in that silence mode, and see the universe in that silence.
And trust, it's that trust your inner guidance.
Yes, and trust as well. So we've got the call-in show. So if you want to come on and get a reading with us, so head on to the Zoom room and raise your hand as well. And we'll bring someone on in just a minute. So I just wanted to talk quickly about an event we have coming up. So this Sunday, we have the Akashic Records Drive-In, the guided meditation webinar with myself, Andrew, Laura, and we'll be basically getting in our spiritual cars, driving into to watch the film, and we'll be getting guided by Andrew, myself, and Laura through a guided meditation space and viewing the Akashic Records. So it'd be like going to the movies. Have you gone to the movies in a car, Amy, before?
Yes, I have. Yes. It's quite fun.
What can you say for people to experience? What experience will it be like for them? That visualization and feeling of going in with the car, experiencing the Akashic Record as well, and going into guided meditations journey to enrich ourselves.
Wow. So going to a drive-in movie, the screen is so huge, so it's like viewing the Akashic Record with everything.
Yes.
Viewing it unlimited.
There we go.
And with unlimited view, it's like, wow, this is cool. And then, you'd sit on the roof of your car sometimes, like you would just sit outside, you take lawn chairs. Like, it was just an experience like no other. I wish they were still around. Maybe they are still around, but it's almost like that relaxing kind of thing. There's nothing to be worried about. Seeing the Akashic Record, right?
Yes. So if you're feeling stressed, tired, anxious, worried, or you just want to go into some healing space, join us on Sunday. So it will be at 9 p.m. PST, 12 p.m. East. Joel will have the description as well up for you. So yeah, join us. It's a free webinar as well. So you're all welcome to join. Just come sign up. And yeah, we'll see you there.
Yeah.
So Amy, let's get some callers on. So first, Eleanor, sorry, I'm going to give you the signal to unmute.
Hello.
Hi, Elena.
How you guys doing?
Good. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you guys for everything you guys do. Truly light in the darkness to navigate us back to ourselves.
Oh, that's sweet.
How are things with you? How's things going since our last session?
Yeah, things have been good. Definitely focusing more on the psychic surgery and the breathing exercises, which have been good. So just continue to find the courage and heal so many different parts of myself. So continuing to just focus on that and just reading, like you said, more Jamie Sams. I love her work. Oh my gosh, I got the medicine cards, which have been really beautiful, connecting me to the animals and my animal totems, which is like a whole new layer. So I'm really enjoying that piece.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Are you reading Dancing the Dream?
I am. And then I just also ordered Earth Medicine as well.
Yes. So there's one book I highly recommend. It's the 13 Original Clan Mothers by Jamie Sams.
Okay,
it's
I'll
a really good book. Yeah. So how have things been going, like within yourself? How are things going with work and so on? I know you've said you've been doing a lot of now training. How has it been going for you?
Yeah, focusing on the now, definitely find myself, sometimes I trying to figure out what is pulling me away and really anchoring in the now. Work is okay. I'm really blessed with my job. It gives me a lot of space to focus on other things like healing, and it gives me a lot of space in my day and doesn't take up too much energy like previous jobs. So I'm very grateful for that. I think I'm feeling a little lost on like where I want to be physically. I just spent a month in the south of the US surfing and on the beach, and I just loved it. And I originally am located in DC, which has none of those things, but I find myself, and I guess when you talked about this in the beginning about intuition and like learning to trust yourself and really listening to yourself in the now moment. And I just found myself so expanded, so grounded, just being in more nature. And I am not a person that's ever really been of nature. I've always been a city person. So that's been a very new experience for me. And I feel very drawn there, but I also feel torn about how to know kind of where to go. I don't know if you guys have any guidance on listening to yourself of that piece.
So as I'm reading your energy, it's like you're needing this new start within you. It's like everything you're doing is repetitive and giving you that kind of recognition. Oh God, I'm doing this again. And it's about you reigniting the new you and allowing this new you to be seeded within your reality now, because the old you has died, but the old you is trying to take you down paths and ways back to the old yous of feeling lost. But in reality, you're not lost anymore. And this is, you've gone through such a shaman's death in the last 4 years. And that's something you have to start honoring and start writing down all of the victories you've had through this shaman's death, all of the great things you've done with yourself. That's going to be so beneficial for your soul to write down all the victories of the past. Allow yourself to come to the ceremonial fire and start speaking to the ancestors, your wisdom of what you've learned. Because you're needing to know thyself in such a deeper level now. You have to start writing down the story of the past, going to the sacred fire, speaking the words of the past, and unraveling your, I'd say, patterns within yourself you've gone through, which there are some patterns still there, but this new you is about being in the present moment and allowing the obsession to be toned down in a way that you can enjoy 3D life with a smile. How does that sound for you?
No, it sounds absolutely spot on. I feel like I've gone through so many deaths, and all the tools, I've really just taken it and like run with it. And I feel so much joy, and and I'm just connecting with the land and with my ancestors in ways that I just never have. And even coming back, like I came back a couple of days ago, I feel different. Like the person that used to live here, that's not who I am now. And it exactly like you said, and you've said this before to me, it's about the new. So like doing new things, picking up new hobbies, really solidifying that I am the ancient future now, and I am walking a new path that I have never walked before, and this is my right path, and to keep doubling down. But yeah, I just, being back here, I can't tell, because I want to honor it. I grew up here. I have grown so much here. But the momentum and connection that I felt to the lands in Florida or just in other places is just not what I'm feeling now. And I can't tell if that's old patterns, old things, or there's something I still need to resolve here in DC, or if I'm ready to let it go.
So is that the area you grew up in?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's happening now is the karma of the land is going against you again. And this is nothing negative, but it's like the places sometimes you grow up can lead us down into loops into the past. So it's just about you being aware. Amy, is there anything you want to add to this?
I wanted to add, that was all on point, I felt. But know that your intentions, you can always change them. Sometimes we think, well, that's my intention, I need to do that. But remember to always change them, because you can see. You're like, you feel like a seer to me. Like you can see things. Do you feel that way? That you can see? And so you may have some doubt in there.
Yeah.
About certain things. And your ego may be involved in that, where you're doubting it. So yeah, I would think that, because I relate to you about going back home. I don't live far from, I live 6 hours from where I grew up. And it doesn't pull me there anymore. It used to. Like, oh, I need to go home. I need to go see the land. I need to do that. I did all that. And maybe that's what you need to do. But then you can also see it through your seeing vision. Like it feels like you're just a seer. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm picking up on that. But you can do things through that. Does this make sense to you at all?
Some of it does. So the seer part does, and like being able to change the vision. Is that kind of what you're implying? Is that like
kind of like your intentions, you can change them at any time. Sometimes we get stuck that, oh, I have this intention to do that. But you, through your once you release the doubts, you have that pure, like, oh no, I can see now that I don't need to do that. Whatever that is.
Gotcha.
So something to add there would be for you to say, picture yourself as a village, and you have source you as kind of like the lodge of the village, but all of these characters within the village, you have to start identifying and giving a name and seeing these personalities and parts of you and programs, which we all have, I have, everyone has, and giving them a name and understanding of what they're doing to you internally. Are they taking down the right path, the wrong path? Because I do think a move is going to be very important for you at some point. I think for you to express a new you, it's going to have to be in new ancestral energy lands. And that's the same with me, exactly the same with me. I had to move 5 hours away from where I grew up. And as I moved to a different place, I had this new feeling that there's a new world out there. There's a new life for me. There's new dharmas to be experienced. And I feel for you, the karma of where you are is not working against you fully, but it's not growing you in the way you want it to grow you. Because again, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna thank you, because like I minute I got back here, I was like, oh, what is this feeling? And it's exactly, I don't feel like I can grow anymore. And I have grown here, and I've always run away from here, and I've always come back in the last 10 years. And I mean, I live in the same apartment building that I was born into. Like I'm 400 feet from where an infant child, I mean, like talk about full circle on this literal land.
Yeah. And so, because are you in DC? Are you in DC?
I'm in DC. Yeah.
Okay. So like, for you to decide, but you can walk those grounds and just speak to the grounds, and you can find your answer while you're doing that. Do I need to stay here? Do I need to move on? Can you move outside the city? Can you move to Virginia or?
I'm in this whole area. I've spent my whole life in Maryland, in Virginia,
Oh,
in and out.
Maryland, yeah.
Yeah. So I've really felt like I've lived every possible version of myself here. And I want to have peace with it, because I used to have a very negative view of DC. It's a very pretentious city.
Yeah,
Everyone
it
is like,
is.
what do you do? Where are you from? Where'd you go to school?
Yes,
And
and it's
growing up, and that was very toxic.
Mhm. And people
Um,
transition in and out. I mean, it's
yeah.
a hub of, transition.
But yeah, no, Dale, I really hear what you're saying. Is there anything I can, so Amy, you guys, well, one, can I heal with the land here? I mean, something about working with the ancestors is very important to me.
Yeah.
Also, Dale, I'm really excited for your ancestral workshop later this month, but like, is there something I can do to mend that? Because I know I have a lot of strong connections here, but I do feel like it's time for me to go.
And that's and going back to that village. So see yourself as in the village, the source self as one of the sacred lodges of the self. Seeing all of these personalities in front of you. What personality do they have? And that's you listening to your inner self. That's you listening to the source of yourself, your heart. You know that you need to move. And it's a question of whether trust comes into this. Do you trust yourself enough to make the choices and understand what choices you need to make to remain grounded, to allow the actual I amness to come through you in such a way that the other parts of you don't really have as much hold and, I'd say, chaos energy they're creating for you. And I have these aspects, everyone does. The inner saboteur, we've done webinars on the inner dickhead, and it's about understanding your inner dickhead, your inner saboteur, whatever name you want to give it, and realize there's a voice of you wanting to come through and allowing your voice to grow. And this is why I mentioned talking to the fire, knowing thyself, saying the story out loud, because the more you know thyself, the more you know your programs, the more you know truly who you are and what you've gone through. And you've gone through a lot. And for you where you're at now, like, it's incredible. Like, you've come such a long way, and you have, and you really need to feel that energy to inspire you for the move. Where do I want to go next? Is it another country? Is it up America, down, wherever? Those are the answers and questions you need to internalize. Ask yourself in a sacred space and understand, right, where am I going now? Because spirit's guiding me somewhere else.
And also, Ilana, to see beyond the current situation. See beyond it. Go beyond. Like, and recalibrate the path. Recalibration came up for me, for you. It's like, okay, I can do this recalibration of a path and make it favorable to me, not to anybody else but me. And that's important for you to know that about yourself. Like, just do it for you.
Yeah.
Not anybody else. That's a hard one. I've been through that, where I'm always, I'll do it for you, I'll do it for people, I'll do it for that, but nothing for me. What?
Yeah.
That's where we get
and I'm really on a
drained.
journey of self-love. And so learning to really
Yeah.
give love and nurture myself, give myself gifts, which is exactly what I just did.
Yes.
I gave myself all these gifts, which was to go to these new places. And it, like, yeah, I mean, exactly like Dale said, like, this is a victory to even be standing here talking to you guys with the awareness of all the things that are even coming out of my mouth.
Yes. Well, that's great. That's great. Well, how long have you been up there?
I've been in DC for the last like 2.5 years, but before that, I lived in Brooklyn, New York for 4 years. And then before that, I lived in DC for 4 years. And then before that, I lived in Florida. And then before that, I grew up in DC. So
Okay.
every time I keep coming back, like yeah. So this is like the third time in the last 10 years I've lived within 1 mile of where I am right now.
Yeah. Is there any place you could do a fire?
So I do have 2 indoor. So no, I'm in an apartment building in the city.
Yeah.
But I do have these basically they are salt, like where you put a candle in it, but what I learned from Maddie is that if I put salt within like the crevice of, basically it is like a salt lamp, but like it's for a candle, if that makes sense. I have two of them. I
Yep.
worry that like the flame isn't big enough, and I do have isopropyl. So I've done I've done a few fire ceremonies, but I don't know if like the flame is big enough. I know that has been, like Andrew said that before.
Yeah.
So I was having
what about a
both of them at
park?
the same time.
Is there a park you can drive to outside the city?
Yeah, but I don't, maybe.
I don't know. Fire feels important to me. I don't know about you,
Yes.
Dale, but
Yeah.
just to burn off, the metaphor of fire is to burn off what is holding you back or what is holding you from seeing beyond.
And really connecting with the element of fire. So do you think that I should do it outside, or I can kind of create a mini indoor fire with my two little like Himalayan salt candle holders that then I put small salt in, and then I light with isopropyl, light that on fire?
Do you allow barbecues around anywhere?
Yeah, like
Not in my building or near my building, but probably in a public park somewhere.
So
Park,
what
yeah.
about what about looking at us? I don't know, it's because you get them a lot around here, but what about looking for accommodation like a lodge or somewhere what has a fire? Is that available in America, places like that? Because
yeah, there is.
Yeah.
KOA camps. They call them KOA camps.
so the KOA
Yeah.
camps, perfect, Amy, is so get yourself booked on and
Yeah.
get a pilgrimage. So as you go to that space, you're going to bring your journal, you're going to bring yourself, you're going to write down victories ahead of time about all the great things you've done. Then you're going to start writing down your story of your spiritual journey, because it's important that you write down from when you started your spiritual journey to now, and start understanding the pattern recognition of what you're going through and what you're doing. Because as you're speaking, there's a doubt within you, and this doubt has to be filled now. The doubt of what you're doing, who am I? You have everything inside you. You've got potential to be a reader on this show. There's so much potentiality in you, like there is, and it's about you honing into that potentiality and realizing no one is greater than me. We're all on the same level here. We're all trying to raise and help each other, and it lies within you. Like Amy, for instance, and me, the last few years, like Amy has grown beyond words in the last few years. Like you really have. And to see that, the dedication for people doing the work and realizing they are the Grand Masters, we're all the chiefs of ourselves. And we have to remind ourselves that there isn't a chief above us. We're the chief of our own selves.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd already knew that actually in the next 10 days, I was going to try and do a fire.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah,
So
I don't know why it feels
important.
important.
I say that because I've been feeling really called to that, and I've been wanting to connect deeper with the elements themselves.
And you can cook soup on top. You could get, if you're going to KOA, you can, and you do a grill or something, you can cook some soup. There's your water, there's the air, the fire.
Beautiful, Amy.
Got it all
That's it.
there.
Put your prayers in it. Put your prayers.
Yeah, and all your yes, even before you go, send them forward.
Okay.
And what would be a great idea is, before you go on this pilgrimage, is to send prayers ahead of time and doing it. They're not long rituals, but say 10, 15 minutes of sending prayers. So as you start going in the car, you're in the body, you're grounded, you're relaxed, you're in a good frequency. Send prayers to when you get there, pre a ceremony, that you relax, you're not worried, you're not in doubt, no anxiety. Place energy so you're in the body. Use your psychic surgery skills. So you've got you in the past saying prayers. Do this 3 times. So you've got all the amplification of you in the past saying prayers to you in the present. And that will really help you, allow you to feel so grounded within yourself and understand the true voice of you. And then you go into the stories, you go into the victories and so on.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That sounds good. So basically do a treatment, send myself a treatment ahead.
Treatment of prayers, and do this 3 times. And everyone listening, very important, like medicine journeys, when you're going to do something where you're in a sacred space, you don't have to do this all the time. It's not about the obsession. It's about understanding preparation sometimes is needed. for when you're going through like a harder time, you're going through a harder week, and you know that something big's coming up. So you can allow yourself to be focused, breathe the prana in the body, feel grounded, and start sending prayers to the future self. It could be anything. It could be doing a talk at work, that you've got prayer energy there. You're in the body. You're not taking on projections of others. You're grounded. You relax. You let go. You're smiling. All of those things you can use for your advantage.
And
question: when you say do it 3 times, sorry, Amy, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
When you say do
Yeah.
it 3 times, do you mean 3 separate times, or do you mean within one space of sacred space that I'm creating, repeat it 3 times?
So yeah, do the prayers 3 times. You don't, if it's not 3 times, don't worry about it. Don't obsess about it. It's fine.
Okay.
If you do it twice or once, that's fine. But 3 times is a number really you want if you want such a dramatic, a different change basically in the future.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's helpful. Okay.
And also, Ilana, it's important. We give you this advice, but yet do your own thing too. Like bring that in, because it could have just been suppressed for such a long time. Just your natural way of being.
Yeah.
Does that make
Yes.
sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, bring the tears, bring the anger, bring
Okay,
all the
for sure.
emotion.
All I feel
Yeah.
like I've been doing the last 4 months is literally crying.
Yes. Yes.
Tears. The river. It's crazy, but it's emotional releases. It's all the stuff coming up because I'm doing it's
Yes.
yeah.
That's the healing. Hello.
Yeah. At any
There we
moment.
go. Yes.
The
So
beautiful part.
I'd like you just to close your eyes. I'm just going to say a few words with you.
Thank you.
So I, in this sacred now moment.
Do you want me to repeat it?
Yes.
I, in this sacred now moment.
I clear out all of the dense energy within my body.
I clear out all the dense energy within my body.
I bring thunder and lightning into my system.
I bring thunder and lightning into my system.
And shatter all the old perceptions.
And shatter all the old perceptions.
Tricking me of who I am.
Tricking me of who I am.
I bring a ball of light within my tailbone.
I bring a ball of light within my tailbone.
And I allow this to go through my cranial system like a pulse.
And I allow this to go through my cranial system like a pulse.
Reminding me of the universal fetus I am.
Reminding me of the universal fetus I am.
As I am ready now to share my story.
As I am ready now to share my story.
With ancestors past, present, and future.
With ancestors past, present, and future.
As they hear my words of power now.
As they hear my words of power now.
I come out of the eternal hiding.
I come out of the eternal hiding.
So the universe can see me.
So the universe can see me.
The God eye can smile at me.
The God eye can smile at me.
As I dance around my realms.
As I dance around my realms.
And bring the forgotten into the remembered.
And bring the forgotten into the remembered.
I am an ancestor of the rainbow.
I am an ancestor of the rainbow.
I create this rainbow field within myself.
I create this rainbow field within myself.
Clearing out the doubt and worry.
Clearing out the doubt and worry.
So I can feel my infinite self now.
So I can feel my infinite self now.
I fully let go of the darkness I experienced in the past.
I fully let go of the darkness I experienced in the past.
So I can see a new future.
So I can see a new future.
This I am self now.
This I am self now.
I call to my grandmothers and grandfathers.
I call to my grandmothers and my grandfathers.
To create a sacred circle around me.
To create a sacred circle around me.
And hold me when I'm in need.
And hold me when I'm in need.
As I have the cradle board within my back.
As I have the cradle board within my back.
I have a responsibility for the future generations.
I have a responsibility for the future generations.
And I accept this ancestral wisdom now.
And I accept this ancestral wisdom now.
Aho.
Aho.
You can really hear yourself. How was it? What did that sound like for you, Amy, listening to her and hearing yourself talk?
Yes. Oh, that's beautiful. No, that'll ignite definitely something.
I can feel it. And like we've spoken before, really talking from my heart, really learning to speak and connect from my heart. Because sometimes I'm speaking from other parts of my body, and really learning to live in heart-based action with my heart, as Andrew says, like the eyes coming out of my heart. Like that is my first place of interaction, is my heart, not my mind, not any other version of myself.
Amy, is there anything you can give her advice for speaking from the heart, because you're incredible at speaking and languages and stuff?
Well, I always I for some reason embrace your inner child. Like go through the ages of, I mean, that's how I speak. I look at her and I take her, and that's how she speaks to me, through my heart.
Oh, wow.
And so when you connect with her, whatever age, because you'll go through many ages, from infant to teenage to 20, whatever. Whatever age connects to you, like, let her speak.
Okay.
Let her speak to you. And it could be just a couple words. Sometimes it's just a couple words, and I'm like, I get it. Okay. Yes. And yeah, there's something with the inner child to connect to while you're doing all of this beautiful ancestral work.
Mm.
And that's beautiful words, Amy. And as Amy was saying this, I saw you as the age of 13, 14, and you were going through a lot, and there was a lot of things around you. And it's, going back there and playing with them, loving them. I'm here for you. I hold you, and because no one was there at that time for you. And there's a way, there's a part of you where your reality changed, and you allowed a timeline which took you down a road which wasn't, obviously the experiences happened. I'm not going to go into things, but whatever happened. But it's now allowing you, like Amy says, that innocence is going to be such a big healing within yourself. Go back there, find her, say, I'm no longer taking on the trauma or whatever is going on around me.
Elena, do you mind if I read you a prayer that I have
Oh,
of an inner
I would
child?
be honored. Thank you so much.
Okay. Divine, you could listen to this later. Divine Spirit, I come before you with an open heart to healing and love. I ask that you embrace the child within me, the part of me that still yearns for comfort, safety, and joy. Help me to remember the innocence and wonder of that child, the pure light that once knew no fear before the world brought its burdens. Guide me to nurture this inner child with kindness, to speak words of encouragement and understanding, to hold space for their dreams and sorrows. May I learn to protect this sacred part of myself, to offer the love that was once denied, and to give and to find the courage to let my inner child play freely, unburdened by the past. Help me to forgive myself and others, to release the pain that has been carried far too long, so that the child within me may heal and thrive. Grant me the wisdom to listen to this inner voice, to honor its needs, and to walk in harmony with its truths. In your infinite love and grace, I ask for the strength to integrate this child's light into my life, so that I may live with a heart full of compassion and a spirit ever renewed by the joy of innocence reclaimed.
Wow.
So it is.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'd like you just to go internally, and just, how did those words feel for you as Amy said those? Was there any parts of you in resistance, or was there any parts of you which felt emotion? How does your body feel?
Yeah, I felt a push and a pull. So I felt resistance, but then I also felt, just allowing that innocence to just flow through me, like really opened me up, and my whole body went, oh, to really connect to that innocence. Cause I feel like I had to, I couldn't be an innocent child. I had to focus.
Grow up.
And
you had to grow up fast, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that little child is.
Yeah. Yeah. She just wants to say hello. You just say hello. If you're just a little nervous talking, and she'll speak to you.
Okay, open up dialogue.
Because she's missed you.
Yeah.
She's really
Yeah, and
missed you.
I feel more youthful now than I have been in years.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
Amy, I've got an idea here. Why don't you ask her a question to her inner child and let her inner child answer the
Oh,
question
to her child.
to her child self, yeah, about what it needs and what's going on.
Yeah, okay. Mm. Okay, let me just. I love you, Ilana. I was always here for you. You have taught me a lot. What is it that you need from me?
Love.
Yeah.
I need love. Nurturing.
Nurturing.
Yeah, to just allow to exist without harshness.
Mm-hmm.
Just be as I am, which is not a problem because everyone always tried to fix me.
Mm-hmm.
Just be exactly and embrace myself as I am, which is enough exactly as I am.
Like within the swaddling blanket,
Yeah.
being rocked in a chair,
Yeah.
being sung to as a child.
Not
And that
needing to do
softness.
anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you didn't need to do anything. Yeah. But before you could walk, you just were being fed and loved and yeah. You were just being. That's that part, Dale was talking about, is just being.
Mm.
If you could get to that feeling, that's a good start.
Ooh, the tears. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go, and then there we go. So just imagine, just like Amy was saying, just picture yourself being rocked as a child.
Mm-hmm. And grandmothers, if you had grandmothers around, grandfathers, when you have a new baby and everybody just wants to hold the new baby and, well, let me see this cute little thing. And your eyes looking up at everybody. And you're like, who are these people?
I can feel the love and the excitement of the room.
Yeah. Mm.
And just existing. I don't need to be anything. That is just, yeah.
You just be Ilana. Believe me, I was in your shoes where I wasn't Amy. But I feel as though you can speed this up really fast where it's going to come quick for you.
Yeah.
I think you're ready.
I am ready. I'm scared, but I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah,
I am.
exactly.
I'm ready. I
Yeah.
am ready for the next layer. I'm ready to walk the shaman's path. Like I accept it. It's a gift and it is the path that I choose. And I want that. That is my path. And I choose to walk in equal co-creation with everything, with love. Like that is truly so deep into every fiber of my being, how I want and am and will be.
So my advice as well would be to really understand that there's a part of you which is worried about power, about being in your power, because there was such a lack within the people around you, and we call this lack consciousness. where there's a lack internally of someone's consciousness, where when it comes to doing the great work on themselves, they don't truly, this is not specifically for you, but there's a lack of internally with yourself at the moment. And I've gone through lack consciousness as well, coming onto shows from where I was and doing all the work to doing 2 shows a week, doing this, doing that. There was a part of me which was in lack. And this was a part of the ancestral karma. And this is what's going on with you as well. It's a part of lack consciousness. And like Amy said, going back to the past is going to be so important. And maybe adding prayers like you're not accepting the lack consciousness as a choice, the lack of the self. It's not a choice anymore. You trust yourself.
Yeah.
There's abundance. Yeah. Is there anything else I can? Oh.
Are you there? I think Joel needs to put unmute because we've got it locked. There we go.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome
Hi,
to the
David.
show.
How's it going?
Good. How are you, man?
I'm pretty good.
Good. So, David, we're just talking about childhood therapy and working on the past. What's your advice here?
That could be a very hairy situation because it's linked into memories as well, and memories are embedded in the body. So I think whenever I'm working with childhood, anything to do with childhood, the parents are intricately involved because you cannot discount the ancestral transmission as well. I listened to the work that you guys were doing with Elena. Am I pronouncing that correct?
Yeah, Elena, yeah, either way.
Oh,
All right. You have a very pretty name.
Thank you.
I see that you're trying to get into the part of you where disenfranchisement started. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Are you dissociative? Do you dissociate often?
No, but I definitely have used that in the past as a coping mechanism from uncomfortable work situations. Completely try and escape the minute I can.
I see. And what made you suspect that the inner child was involved in the things that were going on with you?
My inner child is from the moment I stepped into school, I experienced just the trauma of needing to fix myself. And so that is such a young imprint. And so she, from 5 years old, definitely did not have a lot of innocence and a lot of worry, and everyone around her trying to fix. So that's kind of where that disassociation, escapism, extreme behavior patterns.
I see. I'm going to ask you a few surgical questions, if I might.
Yes, of course.
Sure. Is there a lot of shame around this?
Absolutely. I would say shame is probably the deeper of the wounds, shame of who I am.
And this shame has manifested itself how?
Say that again?
How did this shame manifest itself?
Self-hatred. Lots of self-hatred, doubt, very negative, unhealthy work coping mechanisms, like working myself through self-hatred. Just a very dark spiral of negativity.
Understood. So in your mind, you've built an idea that you are damaged. Is that correct?
Yes.
And no matter what you do, it's not fixing itself. Is that correct?
Recently, I feel like with some of the tools that you guys share, I'm able to kind of walk my way. And I have to say, I'm 31 years old, and this is the first time I've ever felt self-love in the last couple months, actually generating it myself for the first time in my life. So I'm slowly recognizing the patterns of old habit patterns and what is new, but it's not, let's say, very far behind me.
Okay, Elena, we're going to do two things. Well, I see Amy and Dale has done a lot of work with you already. I'm going to, and I sense from the way you're speaking that you're like type A type personality. Is that correct?
That I'm
What is
what?
it that you're kind of like a type A personality? Is that correct?
Yeah, I would say between type A and type B, I think I had to become type A to be able to excel in the academic and professional world. But yeah, I guess I'm a little more type A. Yeah, I'm pretty organized.
Okay, how's your health?
Say again?
How is your health?
How's my health? Overall, quite good.
Okay, so here's the process that we're going to go through. If you mind just going through a little process with me.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. If it is at all possible, since you were doing this work with Amy and Dale already, I want you to just close your eyes in a light trance, and I want you to separate yourself and look from the outside in. Okay? I'm going to create a neutral observer. Can you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Is it something that's difficult to do?
I have the courage to try.
Okay. So, neutral observer looking at yourself. Ask yourself, what is there that is lacking? Neutral observer.
The first thing that comes is nothing.
Yeah. Ask yourself, why am I doing this? Why is there judgment?
It's old, very old. It's not even mine.
Mm-hmm. Whose is
Everyone.
it?
My parents, the academic system.
And how did they make you think this way?
Because I was dyslexic. I am dyslexic. There was something that needed to be fixed. It wasn't right. I wasn't right.
Okay. Being dyslexic, may I ask you a question? Neutral observer, from a neutral observer point of view. Do you think people who are dyslexic are broken?
Oof.
A neutral observer. Do you think that people who are dyslexic are broken?
No.
There is no judgment there, is there?
No. No. Well.
Do you see? All of that is just illusion.
Yes.
All of it is just illusion. You turned it around, didn't you?
Yeah.
Do you think someone who is broken can make those steps?
No.
So actually, Elena, you're quite awesome, aren't you?
Yeah. As I am. There's evolution, but there's nothing that needs to be fixed with who I am and what I am.
So I'm going to turn this question around and we're going to change perspective. Neutral observer, who is it that you actually want to be?
A being of love. Unconditional love. Neutral. A neutral observer.
Okay. You can't be a neutral observer if you're putting yourself down. Are you aware of this?
Oof. Now, yes.
The programming that you have taken on is not yours. It is someone else's. But
Yeah.
awesome Elena can choose not to continue thinking that way. You know this, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Because from a judgment point of view, you know what you're capable of. You know what you have done. It's not a matter of whether or not you can, you have done. You're here talking to us openly.
Yeah.
And that requires you to move past yourself. So whoever you got that programming from, it's not serving them. Clearly, it's not. And it's not serving you. You need to let it go.
Mhm. Yes. I can see it.
Because the judgment that is placed in the mind of a child, it's not a good action. You know this, right?
Yeah.
And if that child continues to suffer inside of you, when the people who initially started this programming are not around, it is you that's making that child suffer.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
And you have to own that, and you have to let it go. Don't
Wow.
ill-treat your child.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you have children or not, but the
No.
first child that you had is still inside you. Don't ill-treat it. Can we agree to not ill-treat that child inside of you anymore?
Yes. I didn't realize how much harm I personally was causing.
No judgment there. We all do it. I just want to say something to you. You're talking to somebody who's actually on the spectrum, who had mild dyslexia when he was young.
Wow.
So I absolutely understand it. And I grew up in a very unforgiving system. Okay? Very unforgiving. There was only one chance to pass, to succeed. And Dale, you wouldn't know about that. I don't know whether you would know about that. It's the English system, the old English system.
Yes. So I got diagnosed dyslexic when I was at school as well. And that all they did was basically with each lesson, they put you in a class and it makes you feel like, I don't know, there's a lack of you. And obviously they put you in a separate class with all the dyslexic people. So that
That is
is how the
correct.
system, and that for me was that the trauma it gave me as a child to experience that in year 7, where I really enjoyed being in the class with everyone. And all of a sudden the teacher goes, right, you're in this class now. Then you get labeled as obviously the people who aren't smart, the people who can't, all of this shit basically. So I know how it feels as well, because that it happened to me at school.
Elena, when I was very young, in the old English system of education, there was A class, B class, C class, and D class. I was in a D class. And as you might have guessed, A class were the brightest students, B class were not as bright, but promising. C class was, yeah, average. And D class were the people that were not bright at all. And they were teachers for each one of those classes. That's how unforgiving the system was. I am talking to somebody who has broken past that. You have a job, you are out here, and you're still trying to be open-hearted. Do not judge yourself. I mean it. Don't judge yourself.
I can feel the space now. It's like there was like a cloak or like a web that I couldn't see how it was me. But what you just did, there's like all this space and I see now. I can like see exactly how I took that on, and then am still affecting my own inner child with that. Wow.
So
And it goes back to the innocent baby being held, you know.
it's so that the like a lot of effect of when it happened was you going through puberty and you going into that stage, which is a sacred change when you go from the child into that puberty state. And we're meant to have people around us who show us love, show us care, don't judge us, and so on. So a lot of people get broken when they go through puberty. I know it happened to me as well. So allow yourself, like Amy said as well, wisdom from David. It's you're incredible and you've done it. You've got a successful job. You're in a great place. And it's now about you validating that greatness within you. And surely there's inner work for you to do of going to the past and finding that child when the child felt unloved, going back with open arms, love, even looking back at times where people made fun of you. All sorts of things like that you can slowly start to doing, but it's important that you don't obsess over this. You take your time, because I obsess over a lot of stuff. And this is something I've had to learn, is to take my time with it. You don't have to do it all at once. Little steps are important as well, not rushing to the end journey.
Also, Elena, remember the question David asked you first, the neutral observer. You said nothing is lacking.
Yeah. I have everything I need.
Yep.
That's been the greatest
you absolutely do.
You do.
That's been the greatest gift that your guys' teaching has taught me, is the tools to go back into myself. It's like I've been searching for it my whole life, and you guys have a formula or the tools. The a la carte method definitely is. I have never felt love for myself like I have in the last couple months. It is truly the biggest blessing I've ever experienced in my life, to like be able to love myself and give from my own self.
Not from the outside.
Exactly. I've sought it outside my whole life.
Yep.
You're no longer the master of puppets. You're the master of yourself.
And I just want to give an extra added bonus, Elena. The way the world works and the way spirit works, when that changes inside, your environment immediately changes. Do not disempower yourself by doing negative magic inside to manifest it outside. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
I need to just keep doing the tools, slowly loving myself. I don't need to rush it. I don't need to extra do anything else. And I don't need to pull anything outside of myself to manifest more love within me. Is that correct interpretation?
Yes, and that is absolutely the correct interpretation. And also, there is an old Latin saying I'd like to acquaint you with. It's "Quod intra extra," what's inside is outside. As you start to transmute those energies that were there inside, your environment around you changes as a result of it. And so, whether or not you have supported people and so on, people will see the difference. They will see the difference in you.
Yeah. People already have.
Well,
Slowly.
we're seeing the difference because you're here and you're willing to be open-hearted. That's amazing. Because you really have struggled and you are still here trying. And that is commendable. And you should never, never overlook that trait that you have there. That is resiliency at work.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I've learned the other side of it, and I don't want to go there.
Correct. Let's not go
the dark
there.
side. That's good. I'm good.
Been there, done that.
On the other side or the middle ground.
Well, thank you so much for calling in. Any last questions?
No, thank you guys so much. Again, I cannot thank all of you. Truly, you guys are a light in this crazy darkness, and you are helping all of us find our way back home so that we can all find unity on all levels. And I just am just so honored to be connected with you guys. I'm coming to the event whenever it is. And I just want to thank you guys so much. Truly. Like, yeah, just thank you. And Dale, thank you for that revocation. I love it. I'm going to be doing it multiple times and recording it. So, and adding more to it.
Beautiful. An honor. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank
I appreciate
you.
you guys so much. And I'll see you guys
You're
whenever
welcome,
the event
Helena.
is. Thank you. Bye.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
So we're going to take one last caller. We have Adrian giving you the signal to unmute.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hello,
Hi,
Adrian. How are you?
Adrian.
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I'm lucky that I was able to get a chance to speak.
There we go. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Adrian.
I've been listening to Andrew for about maybe 8 years, I guess, 9. And I always try to speak up, but I never had a chance until today.
So as I'm reading your energy, it's like there's this give up energy in you. Like there's parts of you just want to give up, but then there's parts of you what don't. What is it like for you during the day, like on a daily process? How are you feeling, your thoughts and so on?
I've been having a lot of challenges for like 3 years. I feel heavy, but I keep moving on.
So what do you do for work?
I have 2 jobs. I do janitorial cleaning, and I'm a handyman during the day. So I always around.
And do you enjoy that work?
I like the work. I just sometimes when I get paid, I always not getting paid good enough. But no, it's not bad. I always busy.
So what would your dream be? If you could have a dream job, what would it be?
I would like to be like get paid fair. It doesn't matter what I do, but I want to like get compensated for my work so I can feed my family.
Amy, David, is there anything you want to ask?
Where are you calling from, Adrian?
I'm in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Okay. So what did you say the last part? You want to give back to your family?
You know, I want to make enough money to pay my rent
Mhm.
and feed my family.
Oh, okay.
So
If I was to, oh,
go ahead, Amy, sorry.
no, I was just going to ask Adrian, do you know what beliefs are? Like core beliefs of what you believe in?
I was raised Catholic, so I
Oh,
have that program in my childhood. Yeah.
me too. Me too. So what are some of the core beliefs? I don't know where I'm going with this, guys, but it feels.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, being Catholic is like you have to take care of your family and always like be together in parties, help each other. But sometimes the real life is not true. Nobody has time for everybody. Everybody has to succeed in their own.
So what time do you have for yourself? I'm not talking about your family. I'm talking about you, because 1 second, I need to unmute Dale. I didn't realize I host again. Sorry,
Oh, yeah.
David. Joel's made me host. There we go. So what do you do for you? Because as I'm reading you, it's like you're so focused on everything and you're so focused on worry and there's so much doubt within your field. It's stopped you from building yourself, growing yourself, understanding yourself, loving yourself. What do you do for work on yourself, as in nurturing, time alone, and so on?
I really don't have much time because I'm the only one that works in my house. My wife doesn't work and my children work a little bit. So I never have enough time for me.
How many hours a week do you work?
I work like 10 hours a week and I work 7 days a week.
So I'm going to be blunt with you. If you continue to keep working 7 days a week, you're going to end up in hospital. So you're completely doing everything in your life that has come to the point where there's a full slave energy going within you. And we have to make money. Of course, you have to make money to pay for your bills for the family and so on. But there has to be a point where you have days off, a day off at least, where you can rest and relax, because at the moment you're destroying yourself. That you're not going to be, if you continue to work 7 days a week for a long period of time, you take months off your life. That's how serious it is. I know my father had a brain tumor. He used to be exactly the same. Not saying you're going to get a tumor, but he was completely worked to the bone. And you could see at the end of his life, he aged so quick. And I'm just saying these words so you can allow some sort of potential change within yourself. David, do you want to come in here?
Yes, absolutely. Adrian, what are your skills?
I do a lot of, I'm very handy. I do almost anything. I can, I hustle a lot. But the problem is I don't have help in my life. My wife just worked 1 day. She's been doing that for like 5 years. So I mean, like,
Why
taking
does
a
she
lot
work
of
1 day?
responsibilities. Everywhere she applies, they never call her, and we never, I don't know, and I don't want to push her. She doesn't speak English, and so that's another struggle.
Okay. May I ask you a question? You work for yourself or you work for someone else?
I work for myself, and I'm a franchisee. I work for a company too, for janitorial.
Okay. Question, Adrian, have you thought about just starting your own thing with your wife?
Yeah, that would be a possibility too.
Yeah, it would be a possibility. You probably can do that, and you probably should do that, because then when you're starting with your wife can actually assist you and you can get days off. So if it is your skill sets are handyman and custodial, I'm quite sure you could teach your wife the custodial aspect, right? I'm sure that you can do that. And if she's willing to help you, and if your children are willing to help you for the good of the family, that will give you some rest. Working 7 days a week, to the extent that you are working, is not healthy. So you need to think differently. You need to think enterprisingly. You can't just keep blindly going down the road you're going down. You got see is that I'm not making enough money. But sometimes it is better to think laterally. And just so that we're clear, there is help out there. Amy has a community where you can actually join and get tools to help you set up your business for free. Amy, did you probably should tell him that he has some sort of support. Adrian, I understand that your mind is clouded by you not making enough money, but I honestly think that your best move would be to incorporate your family and have them help you. Because if she's only working one day and she's applying for jobs, you two are thinking separately from each other, but you guys are married. Y'all need to come together and y'all need to assist each other. Because if I'm not mistaken, you're Spanish speaking, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So where do you live in the US?
Minnesota.
You live in Minnesota. So you're a bilingual, your skill sets are bilingualism, because you're bilingual, you are custodial skills, and you, as in janitorial and custodial skills, and you also apparently are a handyman. Well, that's gold, and you absolutely need to set up your own business. But obviously, what you're missing is the tools to do so. You need to talk to Amy. She will put you in touch with tools that can help you set up your own business. That's the first thing. Incorporate your wife. Y'all have skill sets that you don't even know. You're bilingual. That's a skill set. You can speak Spanish and English. That's a skill.
Yes.
That is absolutely a skill. So setting up your own custodial company or your own a handyman thing, it doesn't have to be something big. That's a sole proprietorship or whatever else, and put yourself out there as a family business. Put yourself out there as a family business that is bilingual, right? And then change from being somebody's worker to somebody's boss. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
That is a better move than what you're doing, trying to work yourself into an early grave. Dale was right to tell you straight off the bat, that is looking like an early grave. I hear the heaviness in your voice that comes from financial worry. Where you are right now, the only way is up. So anything that you do right now that is different, you're not losing anything. You might gain something, however. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, I know. I don't have nothing to lose.
Correct. You don't have anything to lose. Click the link that Amy just put inside the chat. Come inside the community. We will give you the tools that you need to set up your own business. There's a whole bunch of assets inside there that we put there for people exactly in your position. We did that as a service to the spiritual community. Talk to Amy. Really, we did it as a service to people who are listening to Andrew's stuff, people who are listening to our stuff, Dale's stuff, and Laura's stuff. Click the link, come in, and she will give you tools that will help you.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm gonna log in and subscribe.
Right?
Yeah.
There are tools inside that will help you set up your business. We have contracts. You don't have to go to anybody to write your contracts for you. We have software and stuff to set up your business. And we even have software that will write your content for you and so on.
Okay,
Look at
sounds
our
good.
webinars.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And something to do when you join the community and you go through all of that. Each thing you learn now, put some spiritual dollars in your pocket. So everything you learn, the new understanding you have, what David and Amy are trying to get you to go to help you, put some spiritual dollars in your spirit pocket. Start rewarding yourself. Then the point will come where you can start saving little bits at a time each week. It doesn't have to be big. So you can put some money into yourself relaxation, a massage, someone to help you release all the stress around the body. Because your fascia and all of the muscle memory is in stress, in a survival mode. And you have to get yourself out of that survival mode. Go onto the link, start learning how to build a business. Because what you do, everyone needs a handyman. Isn't that right, Amy? Handymans are very needed.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
They are. Also, Adrian, because I'm also seeing for you during this time, this transitional time, if you go this direction, take time to reflect, and because you were raised Catholic like me, remember your angels and that they are guiding your life, and to put your trust back into them and surround yourself with them, surround your family. I loved when you said your core belief was like your family, taking care of your family, like, what's the word? Like, don't make it so hard on yourself and put the burden on you all the time, because the angels will help you. They're there to give you that strength.
I know, but they're angels, but I never see one. That's the problem.
No, I don't. No,
So-
but start feeling them. I don't see them,
No.
but I feel them.
So what you can do is start calling to, just bringing light within yourself, calling to them. Help me fill myself with light again. You don't have to see, you don't have to feel. It can just be an intention where you have 10 minutes in the bath or whatever you're doing. In the shower would be great, because the shower would really help you zone in on yourself. And just start doing that. Ask them to start bathing you in light, going into the darkness of yourself, purging out this old you, because this new you is needing and wanting to be born. That's why you're calling in. There's a part of your soul which knew I had to call in so I could listen. The way back, the journey back to myself, the roadmap back to who I am. I don't want to end up in an early grave. I don't want my family to see me ill if I continue working 7 days a week. And that's the stop. The stop within you has to stop. You have to say, all right, now I stop. I'm going in a new direction. There's all of this information of how to build a business, all of these great tools and techniques available to you now. But it's about you taking that step and that, I'd say, confidence, bringing confidence into yourself. Amy, is there anything else you want to add?
I mean, you know the tools. You've been listening to Andrew for 8 to 9 years. So go back and listen to the tools again, possibly. Because you have them. You know, I see it. I see that you know, and also going back to the angels, sorry, but the angels just feel like, you know, they do want, you do have to ask to talk to them. Like, they're not just, you need to give them permission to say, I'm ready to make this change. Can you help me with the guidance? And trust in that instinct, that intuition that you have. Aside from all the dogma of the Catholic Church, there is that piece that's very innocent and gentle, and, you know, bring your family. Family prayer is very important. I grew up with doing family prayer. We all came together and we prayed. Not that I liked it as a child, but we did it. You know, and have each child in my family, and I had a big family of 9, we would say our prayer out loud of what it is, you know. So I don't know, that could be something that you start with your family to bring everybody together in that union, as maybe you make this way on your new adventure.
Yeah.
So
You
yeah,
ready?
come on into the community. Come on into the community, and we can help you there. But reflect on it, Adrian. Reflect on it.
Yeah.
Are you ready to open your wings again and fly?
Yeah. Did we lose him?
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you. So are you ready to open your wings and fly? That is a question.
Oh. Yeah, I fly when I'm sleeping, but I do.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's about you realizing there is such a beauty within your soul which is needing to be felt, and bringing and anchoring that from the dream world into the seen world. So the
Yes.
flying energy of freedom has to be opened and explored, and you bring that dreaming energy of the freedom of the dream world into the physical now moment. That's going to be so important for you. Seeing those wings expanding out your back, because at the moment you've clipped them, they've been clipped by all of the weight of the world you place on your back. It's now time to remove the weight of the world and fly again. And you can do it. It's all about choice now. Join the UCM, ask for help, get sessions, and so on. You can't do this on your own. Everyone's here for you. We're here for anyone who wants to be responsible for themselves and step up and say, I'm ready to change. I'm ready to allow myself to flower again. And we're all going through this flowering process in the last few years with so much happening in this world. and we're all here for each other.
Mhm.
And this is why we do these shows. This is why we do what we do, because we love what we do. We have passion. I have my mistakes. I have my faults. We all do.
Yeah, we all
Just
do.
continuing on, flying like the dragon, like the angel.
Mm. Is it hard for you to ask for help, Adrian, from your wife or from your kids? You feel like you have to do it all?
Yeah, sometimes I ask for help, but sometimes I don't get the help, and I feel like I never get heard.
Mhm.
I feel alone. Maybe the help comes late, or maybe it never comes. Maybe I'm losing faith too.
Mm. That's a big one, right, Dale?
Yes.
Lose your
Yeah.
faith. Faith in
And that's,
yourself.
yes. And so that's why prayer is going to be important for you. You don't have to go balls deep into it, but just a starting point about saying, I know I'm alone, but now I choose to change my path around so I'm not alone. Realize I have family within me. And this is something which brought me tears when I had the realization my family is within me. Even though my family are my family, my soul family, my kids, and so on, you've got to remember the family within yourself, the family of the universe, the family of all of the ancestors, the angelic beings, all of your soul family lies within you. And they're waiting for you to realize that, having the awakening within yourself, because you're going through that stage at the moment. It's a bigger awakening happening for you, but you have to change. You have to make the effort. You have to go into self business.
Yeah, maybe I'm changing inside myself right now.
Because you're completely overloaded, tired, worn out.
Mhm.
You're out your body. But again, you can change this around, brother.
Yeah, you can. Have a chat with
Yeah.
your wife. Have a chat with her
Yeah.
and tell her really what's going on. This is what's happening inside. This is what come together in a kind way and speak up
Yes.
and let her speak up and you both speak up and then you come together. What's bothering her? What's bothering you? Let's talk this out. There's always a solution to a problem, even though we don't think there is at the time, but just asking for that makes it open out loud. Make it,
Yes.
claim it. You're claiming it.
And maybe write this down. So have it on a piece of paper on your fridge or whatever. So each day you can see what the plan is going forward. And if you forget to see the plan, it'll be there in your face every day.
Mm-hmm.
So write it down on a piece of paper. Just listen to what we're saying. Listen back to the show. Write it all down. Saying, I'm ready. I'm going to speak to my wife. And I'm going to create a new reality now. This is synchronicity, you being on here. Allow synchronicity to help you. Allow spirit to guide you forward and onwards onto the path of unknown and make it become known.
Mm-hmm.
Any questions or anything else, Amy, you want to add?
Yeah, no, I just wanted to add, remember that you're a team and teamwork and work together as the family unit. And maybe that's what's been missing is that feeling that, lack of unity within everybody. So maybe you're the one to bring it all together, Adrian. You're the one to bring it together. Let them speak their mind and see what's going on. Delve into that.
Yeah, I will start to speaking up. I'll see if I get any results.
Yeah. I mean, gently, nothing harsh. It's just speak about what you need and what maybe you want and how you see things. And yeah.
I will do that. Thank you.
So
Yeah.
I'd like you to call in again in maybe a month's time. So a month's time from now, call in again, and we'll see where you're at and catch up.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll keep trying. Probably in a couple months.
Yes. Yeah.
And join the community because we're there to help you
Okay, sounds good. So
get started. Okay.
I'm gonna pop in and I'll see. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much for calling
Adrian.
in, Adrian.
Yeah. Bye everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So we are at the end of the show. What an incredible show, Amy.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
That was really great.
Wow. So
Yeah.
how do people get a hold of you? And
Oh, yes.
join the community as well. How can they do that?
Uh-huh. You can join our social platform with David and I at the UCM community, where we share knowledge, wisdom, fellowship, community.universalcitizentv.com. We have free resources there, meditations, documents for your business and your legal business, AI tools, software for building your business, and website. And we also have live certified courses such as hypnotherapy, CBT, and Yoga Alliance. And we also have a podcast. David and I have Integrative Healing Network. And we do a podcast once a week. Yeah.
Thank you, Amy. And if anybody would like to have a session with myself, head over to daletobin.com. I'm now offering the Dreaming Lodge psychic surgery sessions. So if you'd like a session, head over to the website and take a look at the details. Also, we have a free webinar coming up this Sunday at 12 p.m. East, 9 a.m. Pacific. We have the Acacia Records Drive-In Guided Meditation webinar. So come, bring your car, we'll all park up. Me, Andrew, Laura, Amy will take you on a journey into the Akashic and the unknown become known.
Yes.
You want this special webinar, and it's free as well. Free. You don't have to pay a thing. So all the details to sign up are in the description of the show as well. So we'll see you Andrew shows on Thursday, and we've got Paranormal tomorrow. So again, thank you, Amy. It's a pleasure.
Thank you, Dale.
And thank you, everyone, for listening. Subscribe, like, and comment.